Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime, where we like to explore and go deep into cases that have either occurred in the past or currently in the news, as today's story that we're going to be sharing with you, and that is the Waffle House murders. You see, it's one of the most heinous crimes you will experience by someone who really lost his crap. And so we're going to be diving deep into that because some new break-in footage has come out showing the shooting. And we will get into that for sure, but we want to dive deep into this as to what actually happened in the Waffle House shooting. You see, on April 22nd of 2018, Travis Ranking, he is accused so far, and by video footage, it definitely looks like it's him, and we'll show you that. But he is alleged to have committed a mass shooting that occurred at a Waffle House restaurant in Antioch, neighborhood of Nashville, Tennessee. 4 victims were killed and 2 suffered gunshot wounds. 2 others were injured by broken glass. The shooter, armed with a semi-automatic rifle, was rushed by an unarmed customer, James Shaw Jr., who wrestled the weapon away, interrupting the shooting spree. The suspect was captured on April 23rd, over 24 hours later, ending a 34-hour manhunt. The suspect, Travis Ranking, he has severe schizophrenia, and he was found incompetent to stand trial and was committed to a mental hospital for treatment. Now later, that decision was changed and the trial started on January 31st of 2022. That was yesterday from this video right now as we are live. And so this was after last week spending time getting the jury selection, and it's been complete, and now it's time to move forward. Now, Travis, he did plead not guilty by reason of insanity. Now, yes, what you're about to witness, it does look insane. It definitely is an insane thing. See, he was partially naked when the shooting occurred. And that's where it's like, why would he do such a thing? He's partially naked. He only had a green jacket on. After sitting in a pickup truck in the parking lot for approximately 4 minutes, he came out holding an AR assault rifle 15 style, AR-15 style rifle, and fatally shot 2 people outside the Waffle House. He went inside the restaurant and continued to fire, killing a 3rd person and fatally injuring a 4th, who died at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Rest in peace to those 4 victims. And 4 other people were treated for related injuries. One customer, 29-year-old James Shaw Jr., he suffered a bullet graze wound. First, he hid near the restaurant's bathrooms, and then when the shooter walked in, he rushed the shooter and wrestled the rifle away. And afterwards, the gunman fled on foot, practically completely naked. And he left his rifle behind and ammunition. And so police arrested 29-year-old Travis Jeffrey Ranking, and he is now on trial after being arrested. And so he is from Morton, Illinois. He had a history of erratic conduct and delusions. In May of 2016, sheriff's deputy in Tazewell County responded to a call from Ranking's parents in the parking lot of a drugstore, where a paramedic said Ranking had delusions that Taylor Swift was personally stalking him and hacking his phone. This report noted that Travis is hostile towards police and does not recognize police authority. Travis also possesses several firearms, as we obviously know now. In 2017, he lived in an apartment above his father's crane rental business in Tremont, Illinois. In June of 2017, an employee of the business called police and they said that Rankin had come downstairs carrying a rifle, wearing a pink dress, and using an expletive curse basically before tossing the rifle in his trunk and leaving the building. On another occasion around the same time, the public pool director called police to report Rankin had come to the pool in a pink woman's housecoat and then exposed himself to lifeguards. And as you will see in this video I'm about to show you, he had just on his jacket and he was completely naked. In July of 2017, the U.S. Secret Service arrested Rankin near the White House after he crossed a barrier and he refused to leave. The Secret Service said Rankin had said he wanted to set up a meeting with the president. The report notes he made reference to being a sovereign citizen. Rankin was charged with unlawful entry, which was a misdemeanor, and entered into a deferred prosecution agreement in July 2017, in which he performed 32 hours of community service, and he was ordered to stay away from the White House. And in November 2017, the court dismissed the case after he successfully completed the program. Now, following his arrest, Illinois authorities revoked his state firearms authorization and even seized 4 of his weapons, including the AR-15 used in the Nashville shooting, along with 2 other rifles. He had a 30-06 Remington Model 710 and a 22 caliber CZ. I'm not familiar with guns, so I'm not going to act like I am. According to the sheriff of Tazewell County, Rankin's father, Jeffrey Rankin, who held a valid state authorization card, asked sheriff's deputies whether he could keep the guns, and they allowed him to do so after he assured them he would keep them secure and away from his son. Both the Nashville police chief and the Tazewell County sheriff believe that Rankin's father returned the guns to his son sometime before the shooting. Jeffrey Rankin was later charged with unlawful delivery of a firearm for returning the weapons to his son. Now, according to a spokesman for the Nashville police, Rankin moved to the Nashville area in the autumn of 2017, and he was employed as a crane and construction worker right around from January 2018 until April 2018. He was fired on April 3rd, 2018 for claiming that people, including other employees, were after him. According to police, 4 days before the Waffle House shooting, Rankin stole a BMW X6 from a Brentwood, Tennessee dealership. Police used GPS to track the car to Rankin's apartment complex and located the key fob in his apartment. Why wasn't he in jail? I don't know. And so now he's charged with 4 counts of criminal homicide, 4 counts of attempted homicide, and 1 count of having a firearm while committing a dangerous felony. Forensic psychologists who examined Rankin determined that he suffered from severe schizophrenia, and in August 2018, a judge found him incompetent to stand trial and ordered him to committed to a hospital for treatment. Now again, in October 2018, he was found competent, and here we are. Now we're having court. And so now it's officially have begun. And so they finally got him after a manhunt was ensued, and even the police were warning the public that he was potentially armed with 2 other weapons, because his dad apparently had it, so they didn't know if he had it. And so they did have it. And so, this is a tragic shooting, but thank the Lord for Mr. Shaw Jr., who was not afraid to go after this guy. Thank you. You are a hero to many, and you, I'm sure, saved many more lives. Let's take a look at this video and analyze it a little bit. As you can see, they're inside. They're inside. Okay. Nothing just yet. He's sitting outside in his truck. Okay. He's sitting outside. You know, you got the people dishwashing in the back. You got people cleaning. And, you know, he's just sitting out there in his truck. And you're about to see a gunshot that went through the window, hurting more people. As he has taken a life. You see that? Right in there. This gunshot busts through the windows. Everyone is fleeing. They're like, what the heck? Did not sound good at all. And watch him come in through the doors with that AR-15. And he only has a jacket, and he is half naked with his jacket on. He goes back there, and that's when the hero goes after him. He's fighting him for that AR. He's knocking him around. My gosh, I am so happy that this Shaw was there. Now you're going to watch him go outside, lose the jacket. Now he's running. And you can see the person there lying there as she was shot. I believe it was the lady at that time, one of the victims that was shot. She's laying right there. You see her right there to the right, near the main entrance. There she is right there. And that's who he shot first before he entered, and which also exploded through the window of his shot. Now you can see back there at top right, that is Mr. Shaw making sure that he has left. He's in defense mode. He's freaking out a little bit, but he's thinking problem solve. I need to be a problem solver right now. He knows he needs to keep people away from it. And so he pulls up in his truck, and he's frantic. But he's also thinking, I need to be a problem solver right now. I need to help make sure everyone is safe from here. What a hero. He literally helped prevent this guy from taking more lives. One of the most heinous things you can see. Amazing that could possibly happen. Thank you, Mr. Shaw, for being there when you were there. This is one of the most heinous things that you can witness. This is exactly why we do this channel, because you never know how bad it could be. Granted, no matter how much I say be careful, there are some cruel people out there that get away with things that they get into our lives or get into it the way we don't expect, just like this lunatic did when he just goes into the Waffle House and starts shooting the place up. That, I don't know that you could have been more alert, right? Just this big bang goes through everyone. I don't really know how much more alert you can be in reference to that. And so now we have to figure out there's no doubt he's guilty. There's no doubt. You could look at the footage right here. This guy is as guilty as it possibly gets. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But what we do want to know is, what will happen? Will he spend the rest of his life in prison? I don't know what kind of laws they have, but you took 4 lives. You will get, hopefully, 4 life sentences. Anyway, hey, if that's stuff that you like to follow, make sure you hit on that subscribe button, hit on that like, and hey, that lets me know you got some value, and this will let you know when I upload content, I go live or whatever. YouTube will update you. I'm Manny Rodriguez with Deep True Crime. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm out of here. Have a great day. Peace.